Hello everyone, Nadim here with PCSN. So today we're going to talk about session hijacking. Now, we all know that MFA is much more, like many times more secure than just regular passwords. And then you don't have to worry about rotating your passwords, expirations, all that kind of stuff. But the question I get asked is MFA 100% secure? First of all, there is no such thing as 100% secure. But MFA is very secure. But there are some ways to get around MFA protection. This is how you're going to get around MFA. So in a typical situation, you have a web server, let's say right here, and then you have the user here, and the user tries to log in, the server sends the request back, and it does the MFA. Everything is good. Now, there are two ways that the bad guys are going to attack this. So the first way is that the bad guy can install a piece of malware on this user's machine, and this will be done typically by phishing. So the user will get a phishing email, they click, they don't know that anything happened. There's malware sitting on their machine now. And as they're going through this authentication process, the malware is sending information to the bad guys. And once the MFA comes back, the token comes back, the malware picks it up over here and sends that token back to the bad guys. And now bad guys have the token, they can log in. Now, another way to do this is if the bad guys have access anywhere in this channel. So they could have access to the routers. Maybe it's an admin sitting at the ISP. Maybe you're using a third-party VPN service, and somebody at that place is sniffing traffic. Bottom line is that unless you are sure that whatever connection you're using is secure, somebody could be sniffing that traffic. And of course, they can steal the session token and get that. But no matter how they do it, what the bad guys are doing is they're picking up the session token from the user's machine, and they are using that to authenticate with the web server. Now, the web server in this case trusts that session token. So this server is going to trust the session token, whether it's coming from here or whether it's coming from here. So what's a way to get around that? An easy way to get around this is to implement conditional access. So in other words, you configure your server to only allow access when people are connecting from certain regions, like maybe this is US, or when people are logging in from, let's say, your HQ IP address. So you only allow people to connect from those IPs. So if the bad guys, let's say, are sitting in China, they will not be allowed to connect. And that's an easy way to do that. Now, what do MSPs do? So we use third-party applications, and there's several out there that's part of our tool set, where we will implement these policies in place. So we will only allow traffic from known regions, whether it's your HQ, whether it's the US region, or you might have, let's say, people in other countries. We will only allow those regions. When we see login attempts from other regions, our tool set can knock off that session and block that account. So now even the real user cannot log in. And the reason we do that is so that we are sure that compromised user changes all their credentials. And then, of course, the MSP goes to the user, resets the account, talks to the user, gives them more training, and everything is good. So this is how session tokens get stolen, and it's easy for the bad guys to bypass your MFA. But I'm not saying don't use MFA. Use MFA, combine it with conditional access. That is what's going to make you much more secure. So until next time, everybody, have a great day and be safe.